So, hello guys, welcome on board. Today we're in the world of X-Plane 10 in a 737-200. So, as I said, we're on the... well, I don't actually... well, as the title hopefully said, we're currently on the ground. I'm just going to... actually, I'll leave it on ground power at the minute and we'll use APU to power the bleeds. But, no, we're on the ground at Frankfurt Airport, EDDF, in ICAO terms. I can't zoom out enough to show you whereabouts we are, but we're in this bit. It's like a cul-de-sac. Departure runway's over where that 74 is over there, I believe. So, yeah. It's going to be a pretty quick initialisation because we've obviously got no FMS. And it's just going to be an affair of getting the radios set up and then we can get underway. We're flying offline. This is one of my first flights with the 737-200. So I'm still learning, so I'm going to make mistakes. And yeah, so our first VOR is Taunus on a frequency of 116.70. I'm just going to confirm that frequency. Yep, and then after that it's going to be the Dusseldorf VOR on a 115.15. There we go. So we can put that on this side. And that should be in standby mode, so that's fine. Just ident that, doesn't really matter. Next thing we can do is squawk 2200 because we are uncontrolled IFR, and that's pretty much a setup for the departure. One more thing I can actually do. Actually, that's no point really. But the course, the intercept course for the VOR is going to be a key one to note. Sorry. Which is 312 on our screens, or on our displays. Sorry, that course is pretty dodgy. Let's go the other way. So yeah, as I said, we're heading up to Newcastle, not on all the way, which means you have to go quite a long way south to be able to do it properly, but trust me, it all works out in the end. Whoa, autopilot! And trim wheel would have gone crazy there as well. So yeah, now that we are going to get ready to go, so actually check fuel state is good. Ultimate altitude 330, okay. We can just put a random fuel load is sufficient. However, this should be empty. How far? It's a 600-mile trip, so what I can always do is just bump that up to about 55 on both sides, and then just reduce this until we get to about a 600-mile fuel range. There we go. I'm happy with that setup, so then we'll just switch on the centre fuel pumps and we'll take my bus today. Next we can turn the anti-collision light to on. We're doing a turnout out of stand visually, so it's all going to be pretty gorgeous stuff of me taxiing 737s very precisely. And ignition 2 to ground. So what we're waiting for is good N2 rotation. Apparently it's 20% N2. We'd engage fuel into the engine. 20%, check. Now what we'll do as well is go, my auto brakes are off because we don't actually have RTO mode on this aircraft, and what we can do whilst the engine starts, because we know it ain't going to catch fire, is do that and switch on all hydraulic systems. Also, since we've taken over with the GPU's row, that can come off, and so can that. So now that the number 2 started, we've basically got the whole thing running now. And I'll start 1 next. That starter has cut out, hasn't it? Yes, it has. Nice 20. Fuel's on. Next thing to come on will be the taxi light and turn-offs. Once the engines have started, I can apply that side and this side to generator. Okay, apparently I can't yet. Luckily we've still got the APU running, which is running the left hand bus now. So we can do our taxi out. So, I'm going to do a quick flight control check because last time I tried to do this it actually broke on me. Okay. So it's weird because in X-Brain I've got to use like the right click to look around. Brakes released. I'm just going to eke it around through the turn. If we hit something it's not too big a deal because it's a game at this stage. I'm not on VAT sim. And unfortunately, I'm not willing to pay for a pushback. I am quite enjoying using X-Plane at the minute as well. We'll talk a bit more about that once we do get going. So we're going to come down to where, well, down this taxiway in front of us. I'm going to go straight through this ground power unit. Sorry. And then I'm going to turn left and go down to the end there and take off in that direction. But this is a 737-200, as you can see. It's Fly J Sims, a really nice little aeroplane. Not much more I can really say until we start flying places. As I say, I kind of realised that I've had X-Plane and I've only made about 2 videos with it, so I'm wanting to use it a bit more because I've kind of got prepared and I was like, oh my god, it's gorgeous, and kind of completely forgot to do X-Plane. And I've recently busted the bank on buying X-Plane add-ons. So yeah, basically, because I bought the Rotate Sim MD80 and the Embraer 175 by X-Crafts. I was worried I was going to forget the name of the dev studio there. The steering's a bit dodgy on the ground. Also, the fact that I've got guards over the airspeed indicator is perfectly normal. I discovered that on my first flight on type, because that just stays guarded until you've basically got enough speed to, you know, more or less than, I think it's 40 knots it starts showing speeds from. I'm actually taxiing this thing on IVE, just to give you an idea of how powerful it is, and there's the whole drop point. So it's not a particularly long taxi out today, luckily. But unfortunately, since it's all radio navigation, I've got to sit with the aircraft for the next 2 hours, whilst you guys can go and, well, eat some Christmas cakes, because that's when this will be releasing. Okay, so we can start getting ready for the takeoff now. That'll go to, oops, low, well, it's the first stage to the right, basically it goes to. APU now comes off. Bleed 1 comes on, APU bleed comes off, packs to on, hydraulics are all on, pitot heats, they can come on. And that's us basically configured for the departure. Only thing I need to do is go transponder, TA and RA. Even though we don't have TCAS in this thing. Stop and turn right. Unfortunately, for some reason, alright, this aircraft doesn't do it, but some of the others do. Yeah, I'm off-roading. Oh well, what a shame. Well, you basic... I mean... Is that physics? I don't even know anymore. It's going to be a nice night landing into Newcastle though, which should be pretty cool. IMHL. There we go. V cards, V1, V1, V rotate at the same, V2's 137. It's also flaps 5 today, which actually gives us whatever. Whatevs. So I'm just going to advance throttles now because I'm going to pretend we're on the tarmac. Full power. Thrust set. Oh, thrust setting, not thrust set. So I'm just going to switch flight director to VOR lock mode. I don't think I should turn left after departure. Okay. So, thrust set, definitively now. Airspeed alive. Doesn't that feel like 80 knots this? 80 knots. Acceleration is horrific. Whoa, nose pulling off early. 127 V1, rotate. Aiming for about 12 degrees nose up pitch. Positive right. Gear up. This is like just flying a 737 but much more basic. Well, flying the NJ but much more basic, sorry. Apologies. So, there's the VOR coming alive, so I'm just going to fly a turn now as we climb through about 500 feet. Oops. And just swing the autopilot into VOR lock mode. Okay, so for whatever reason the aircraft decided it ain't VOR locking today. So I'm just going to switch autopilot. Oh, there I go, autopilot's got it. And then in terms of the pitch command, I'm just going to select about that pitch heading there. And we're altitude bugged for 2800. I can bug up to 330, which is our optimal cruise. And there we go. We made out of Hamburg. Sorry, not Hamburg, Frankfurt. And we're off to Newcastle. I'm just going to zoom in on it. Okay, we've slightly oversped the engines now, just put a bit of power off. 17 miles to Taum. V-cards can go away now. Op, yeah, that can go as well now. That's everything basically. So guys, that's the end of part 1 of Frankfurt to Newcastle. There's Frankfurt off in the background. I'm not actually sure the episode length of this part. Yeah, it was okay for 15 minutes. But I'm going to thank you all for tuning in to watch, and I'll see you all in a few hours once we're at top of drop. See you then. Bye.